Gold versus silver, two shiny metals that have sparked debates for centuries. Which one's the ultimate champ? Today, I'm diving deep into this age-old showdown, putting gold and silver head-to-head to see which truly reigns supreme. From ancient treasures to modern-day investments, we're uncovering the truth about these precious metals. Stick around. I am Turbo, and this is Turbo Stacking, and we're about to roll. Gold and silver aren't just pretty. They've shaped human history for millennia. Picture this. In ancient Egypt, gold was more than a decoration. It was called the flesh of the gods, adorning pharaohs like Tutankhamun, whose iconic mask still dazzles us today. Meanwhile, across the Mediterranean, ancient Greece mined silver in places like Laurion, minting the famous Athenian owl coins that fueled trade. Rome took it further, with silver denarii jingling in the markets from Britain to Syria. These metals have been currency, jewelry, even symbols of power. Think of the Spanish conquistadors plundering Aztec and Incan gold and silver in the 1500s, shipping it back to Europe to fund empires. Fast forward to 2025, and they're still hot topics in the investment world. So here's the big question. As investments, which one is better? Gold's the king of stability, a steady rock through tough times, while silver's the scrappy underdog with hidden potential tied to tech and industry. Let's break it down and find out which stacks up best for you. For over 5,000 years, gold has been the MVP of precious metals. Why? It's rare, durable, and doesn't rust, making it the ultimate safe haven asset. When economies crash or inflation spikes, gold often holds steady or even climbs. Take the 2008 financial crisis. While stocks tanked, gold prices soared from $800 to over $1,800 an ounce by 2011. Or look at 2020. As COVID-19 shook the world, gold hit record highs above 2,000, peaking near 2,900 in 2025. Central banks hoard it. Think of Fort Knox or Germany's Bundesbank with thousands of tons in reserve. And investors worship it too, from billionaires like Ray Dalio to everyday folks buying coins. Ancient civilizations saw gold as divine. Hindus use it in weddings for good fortune, and China's gold pandas symbolize prosperity. Today, it's still the go-to for security. But is it unbeatable? Its prices can't dip with strong US dollar or rising interest rates, and it doesn't pay dividends like stocks. Still, for long-term wealth preservation, gold's tough to top. Let's see how silver compares. Now, silver. It's gold's cooler, more affordable cousin with a twist. Sure, it shines in jewelry and coins, but its real superpower is industrial use. Silver's the best conductor of electricity, powering everything from smartphones to Tesla batteries. It's in solar panels too. Photovoltaic cells rely on silver, and with solar energy booming, demand's on the rise. The Silver Institute predicts solar could eat up 15% of silver's supply by 2030. Plus, its antibacterial properties make it a star in medicine. Think wound dressings and water purifiers. That tech tie makes silver volatile. Prices swing like a roller coaster, dropping in recessions but surging when industry rebounds. In 2020, silver lagged gold early in the pandemic, then spiked 50% in months. Here's the kicker. Gold's at its all-time high in 2025, but silver's nowhere near its 1980 nominal peak of $50 an ounce. At $33 today, that seems like a great value for bargain hunters. Is silver the sleeper hit investors are overlooking? Here's where the plot thickens. Gold's demand is all about luxury and safety. 50% goes to jewelry, per the World Gold Council, with 25% split between bars, coins, and central bank vaults. It's the bling metal. Think wedding bands in India or gold bars in Swiss banks. Investment demand spiked in 2020 with ETFs like GLD soaking up tons of gold. But silver's a different beast. Over 50% of its demand is industrial. Electronics, solar panels, even 5G antennas. The Silver Institute says industrial use could jump 8% early through 2025 as tech grows, but that tie to manufacturing makes it riskier. When factories slow, silver fills it. Gold's predictable. Its demand holds even in chaos. Silver's a wild card, betting on a tech-driven future. Which vibe suits you? Steady luxury or high-stakes innovation? Gold shines brightest in chaos. Economic crashes, wars, uncertainty, its price often jumps as a safe haven. In the 1970s inflation crisis, gold rocketed from $35 to over $800 an ounce, a 2,200% gain. In 2020, it hit record highs as the pandemic raged. Central banks stockpile it for this reason. Think Russia or China adding gold to counter U.S. dollar dominance. Silver hedges inflation too, but it's jittery. In 2020, it dipped early as factories shut, then surged later. Geopolitical drama plays in too. Gold stays cool-headed while silver's sensitive to supply shocks like mining, strikes, or trade wars. Take the 1980s Hunt Brothers fiasco. They tried cornering the silver market, pushing prices to $50 before a crash. If stability's your game, gold wins. If you're betting on rebounds, silver's got fight. What's your move? Let's get practical. Gold's dense. 1 ounce at $2,900 in 2025 fits in your pocket, holding thousands in value. Storing $10,000 of gold, that's 3.4 ounces. Easy for a home safe. Silver's bulky. $10,000 at $33 an ounce is 303 ounces, or about 20 pounds. You're renting a vault or stacking safes. Offsite storage might run $100 to $200 a year for silver versus $50 for gold. Transport is another hurdle. Gold's portable, silver's a haul. But silver's very low entry point of $33 versus $2,900 makes it a starter metal for small investors. Premiums sting a bit more with silver too, 12% over spot price on average versus gold's 3.5%. Security matters. Diversions like fake rocks or bank vaults add cost. What's your budget and space situation? You need to think about that. Mining these metals gets messy. Gold mining in places like Peru or Ghana means deforestation and cyanide leaching. The 2015 Mariana Dam disaster in Brazil tied to gold mining poisoned rivers for miles. Silver's not spotless, but 20% comes from recycling. Think old electronics versus 10% for gold. Some silver mines push greener tech as well. Regulations tilt the scales. In the UK, gold's VAT-free for investment. Silver's hit with 20%. U.S. capital gains tax applies to both, but gold's a bigger market, $11 trillion versus silver's $1 trillion, which means better liquidity. Selling gold's a breeze. Silver can lag in a pinch. Eco-friendliness or red tape, does that sway you? Gold's the poster child for value, trusted for centuries. Central banks back it, holding 35,000 tons globally to flex economic muscle. India's Reserve Bank bought 200 tons in 2019 alone. Silver? It's market-driven, with less institutional love, making it prone to speculation. Cue the manipulation buzz. 2021 silver squeeze on X saw prices spike from $25 to $30, then crash. Some swear big banks suppress silver prices. Others call it hype. Crypto is in the mix too. Bitcoin's digital gold pitch siphons some investors, though its 2022 crash reminded us metals endure. Warren Buffett once said, gold gets dug up and then buried again in vaults. What do you trust? What time-tested metals or wild markets? Time for stats. From 2015 to 2025, gold's average price climbed 56%, $1,252 to $2,900. Steady as a rock. Silver's up 50%, from $1,571 to $33, but with wild swings. In 2020, silver hit $28 after dipping to $12. A $1,000 investment in 2015, gold would have got you about $1,560, and silver $1,500, though it peaked higher mid-decade. You go back further, 1970s, gold soared 2,200% and silver 3,300%, but crashed harder. Jim Rogers once bet on silver's volatility. Gold's the tortoise, slow and reliable. Silver's the hare, fast, risky. Your goal? Steady growth or big swings? Here's a turbo tip. I aim for 50-50 spin split, not value, between gold and silver. If I drop $25,000 in silver, I match it with $25,000 in gold. This balances gold's stability with silver's upside. I watch the silver to gold ratio too. It's 90-1 now. When it dips to 70-1, I trade silver for gold, unless gold's peaking. Once in 2024, I swapped 140 ounces of silver for 2 ounces of gold. Caught the ratio at 72-1 and rode gold's climb. Diversify, track trends, and stack smart. That's my tip. So gold or silver? Gold's your rock. Stable, trusted, a long-term fortress. Silver's the wild card. Volatile, affordable, with tech-fueled potential. Safety or risk? It's your call. Drop your pick in the comments below. I'm reading every one of them. And let me know if you love this deep dive. Smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more precious metals breakdowns. Thanks for stacking with me. Stack with purpose. As you were, Turbo out.